hive cluster is under attack.
For the swarm.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today on Radeon, it's going to be NoeL and Soma, a recent Brood War game from RJB. Bottom right, it's going to be NoeL. He's a newcomer. He's trying to break in to the SSL scene. Maybe he'll qualify for SSL number 2. The bottom left, it is Soma, an incredibly good Zerg player. He is teal today, but as we all know, newcomers on the channel have a good chance of defeating their opponent, especially if it's a well-known player. RJB does send them in to let us know that just because you don't know their name does not mean that they lose against a player whose name you do know. GG, everybody says. So maybe this is a 45-second replay, and one person leaves. But no, it is not. Terror the Overlord scouting out. Yeah, I know, it's a space platform. I know it's cold, but you can huff some Vespene gas to keep yourself warm, right? Yeah, so I think Overlords are pretty much immune to this cold and vacuum of space, which means that Vespene gas will not hurt them. Falcon thoughts. Alright, it's going to be an overpool here. Here from Soma. Overpool opening on a 4-player map against NoeL. That is a build that is respect. If he didn't respect the opponent, then it'd be a hatch first, right? Because you can hold off proxies against a player you do not respect, even if you go hatch first. And even if you do respect the opponent, sometimes you can do that. But yeah, no proxies here, just barracks coming up inside the main base. Terry says, no tearing over here, boss. All right, says Soma, keep looking. I'll go ahead and send a drone to expand, and then maybe send another drone to scout. Anyway, hope you guys are all doing good. Falcon is still unemployed. You probably saw the streams coming up on the channel. Going to be streaming 6 times a week here, folks. The Sunday stream, normal stuff. Then Monday through Friday, 4-hour streams of Brood War casting, replays from my 27,000 replay folder that I've got on my PC here. Probably not going to run out of replays before I die is the plan. But yeah, come say hi. Come throw down a super chat. Or maybe gift a sub to somebody. Or become a channel member to support the channel. Those are things you can do on this video as well. But if you want to do it during a live stream and get a shout out from Falcon live, you can do that too. I got a green screen. I've been messing around with that. I kind of looked like a ghost on the first stream that I did with the green screen. It was hard to get my transparency correct somehow. I don't know. I think maybe it's a lighting issue. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. Come check it out. I've got a stream that's probably happening during your time. I'm casting games like this, folks. It's a really nice time. So, the Lings show up. Guess who's got 3 Marines already? NoeL does. He's been pumping Marines ever since that barracks finished, and he's not going to die to any early slow Ling shenanigans. He promises you that. Some more Lings are like, but what if there are a lot of us? What if there are many of us? Then what will you do? We don't even have Meta Block Boost yet because we're getting a lair first. But, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, the Marines are like, we'll come down the ramp for 1 Zergling, 2, even 3 Zerglings. You can't fight us. We outnumber you hardcore. Indeed. Academy, probably? Yeah, that's your Academy toss down. That is your gas coming up. And this feels like Soma's probably going to go for a 2-base Mutalisk opening, as is tradition in the TVZ. Now, look. I like a good 2-base Muta opening. It's great. It keeps the Terran pinned inside his base. You can kill SCVs with it. You force turrets out that otherwise could be going to Marines and stuff. And it's nice. But I'd like to see maybe a little bit of 2-base Lurker opening out of the Zerg every once in a while in this matchup. Just my personal preference. Maybe that will become a new meta. Maybe if Terrans get extremely good at just shutting down Muta Harass, we'll see a shift in the meta, because that's the nature of StarCraft, right? There are no strategies to rule them all. There is nothing you can do that is just completely safe in all situations and will never kill you. You might be like, yeah, but Falcon, what about Corsair openings for Protoss? Nah. If you open Corsairs against a Zerg player who opens Mass Hydra, you probably just die. It's not completely safe. Anyway, still poking in with these Lings, like he's going to have enough to do anything about the Marine production that NoeL is chalking out here. These two players have played already on the channel. I'm not going to spoil anything about the game, but I'm going to tell you, if you see a game with a player's a new player's name on it, like NoeL, or like Tengu, or like Rich, it's not gonna be an embarrassing loss. I promise you that NoeL in this game does not just get crushed like a bug. Because that's not fun, right? I'm not gonna... Is he gonna win? Maybe. Not necessarily. Did he win the other game against Soma? Not gonna tell ya. Go check it out. The importance of new blood within StarCraft cannot be underestimated. Wait. Overestimated or understated. That's what I was trying to do. God, I got a drink of my water here, folks. Good grief. Okay. So anyway, now that we're all properly prepared for how good NoeL's going to play in this game. Oh, it's a move out, but then the Lings are like, what if we got inside your natural mineral line? Do you want to move out there? Oh, they're going for that third base, too. Fire bats with stim. Get on out of this mineral line. The Lings are like, yes, sir. Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. We heard you, sir. They get out of there. Oh, not going for the third. Dude, going for the third and killing it is a big friggin' deal. Instead, we're just going to fight these mutas out on the map because, of course, there's mutas out on the map. You saw the Spire. You know how this is going. Fire bats. Oh, gosh. 5-kill fire bat. That's how good they are about unupgraded Lings. Against unupgraded Lings. A range upgrade for the Marines is in production. That's going to help against these mutas immensely. But for now, don't have the range upgrade quite yet. And it makes it a lot more difficult to deal with these mutalisks, tragically. Okay, so... Oh, what the heck? You sent the fire bats all the way up here to shut this third base down? Good luck. Okay, this group is dead now. When the Lings attack like this and there's mutas nearby, every Marine is dead. Hang on. Oh, he underestimated. Look at this. Underestimating, overestimating, understating, overstating. Look what we're doing today on the cast. Yo. Did not work. Got a fire bat there. This guy. Come on. Get up. Die. We're taking like 4 damage. 5 damage off of this thing every foosh. Zerg buildings are not exactly flammable, it turns out. Macro hatch over here. More mutas being added in. No upgrades on the Spire, though. We're just making a lot of mutas for the fun of it. Soma is a player that can make pure mutaling look insanely good in TVZ in a way that I've never seen another Zerg player do it. So this could be a situation where he just goes... Well, in that case, you would want upgrades, though, if the mutas are that big of a deal. If you're featuring mutas as the gas unit in your comp, then you want to give them an upgrade or two, but he is not doing that. So we have to be getting a Hydralisk Den soon. There it is, by the way. I meant Lurker Aspect soon. Yeah. Where's our scans? Scans. Jeez, you got 1 sunken up in the natural. Is that enough? So far, NoeL's not really been able to move out. Oh, another fire. Look at this. Just sending a fire bat up to the third base. Takes 3 hits from a fire bat to kill a drone? Why did I feel like it was 2? I don't know. But hey, denying some mining time before you get blasted in the face and die. Ready? He is stoically standing, awaiting his death. And then exploding. Poor guy. God, again, reminds me of The Division. Third-person shooter video game where you're in, like, post-apocalyptic New York. And there are like roving gangs running around the streets, like trying to take control of neighborhoods. And one of them's these dudes with flamethrowers, and they've got packs on their back filled with, you know, flammable gas because they're flamethrowers. And if you hit the pack, if you hit the tank, it sparks it, puts a hole in it, and then a couple seconds later it blows up. It takes the guy and his friends with him. One of the more satisfying things in all of gaming, I just gotta say. Like, it makes me want to reinstall The Division now and go play it. Because that's fun. Hive's coming in. Lurker Aspect is almost done. Our boy, Mutalisk Soma, is fighting hard here. Saturating that third gas. We're going to see some Defiler, some Dark Swarm. We're going to see Irradiates. Oh, we're getting Valkyries. There is an armory here. If you're going to make this many mutas, then what if I get some Valkyries out? We fight that way. We're seeing Valkyries more and more in this matchup in the last couple of years, aren't we? Ever since the remaster made them viable, because there was a bug where they wouldn't shoot in the original game, the remaster didn't do many things to change how the game was played, but one of the things it did was made Valkyries shoot. Which seems fair. It's a pretty game-breaky bug, right? Yeah, Muta dies immediately upon the firing of these Valkyries. Now, if you can get up to that third base, if you can take it down, there are lurker eggs coming up, and they're done. I think you can maybe still get this. 2 lurkers and a sunken is not enough to stop all of this. With a good spread, good scan, and good target firing. Okay, so there's more now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 3 gets dicey. 2's doable. 3, he's going for it, though. NoeL, little piggy face up there in his name, jumps in. Stacking the lurkers makes it so much harder, and then the mutas engage, but the Valkyries get the mutas out of there, but we didn't quite evacuate the Marines like we needed to. And there's a bunch of kills on these lurkers, and the attack has been stalled for now. If it hasn't completely failed, which it entirely possibly has completely failed. Just going to toss that out there at you. Oh, I didn't mention, this is going to be a Patreon game. Those of you supporting me on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for at least $1 a month. The best way to support me in this unemployed time, especially on a subscription basis, is at Patreon. They take about 3% overhead. The rest of your dollar goes to me. 97 cents of your dollar goes to me, 3 cents goes to them. It's a great deal. And for one-time donations, if you want to do a one-time donation, subscriptions are not your thing, I totally get that too. You PayPal. So falconpaladin@gmail.com is the PayPal address. Like 100% of that. I've seen sometimes a couple cents go to PayPal, but usually it's 100% of your money goes to Falcon and supports the daily StarCraft. Because what is this? Daily StarCraft now, isn't it? It's hours and hours and hours of daily StarCraft. I guess maybe not Saturday. No live streams on Saturday because it's college football season and I need that. But anyway, if you're watching this the week of October the 25th, thank you so much for supporting me on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for at least $1 a month. Appreciate ya. Love ya. And if you're watching this in November 2024 or later, hit that like button and subscribe. I'm here 7 days a week with StarCraft Brood War content, folks. Hours and hours and hours of it. I am bringing you the StarCraft in a way that not many people are. Okay, that's enough. 4th base coming in from Soma. He's defended his 4 bases. As a Terran, you're not feeling great about that, right? Worker count is 40, but it's going to explode here for Soma soon. He's going to get all the tools. He's getting the Ultralisk Cavern. He's getting Consume. Oh, nice droppage. Love this giant drop. Okay, there are lurkers up here. It's a lurker stop. Ooh, nice. Stop trick with the Zerglings all up in here, too. Soma shuts it down. Oh, man, that hurts. Terrans are like, oh, I thought drops were good. Drops can usually be good. But unfortunately, against somebody like Soma, sometimes they don't go very well. A new base top right from our guy NoeL, though. I like that quite a bit. Quite a bit from him. This is good. I mean, good for the Zerg anyway. That drop got completely wiped out. Both dropships died. They probably should have retreated from that spot, but a lot of other stuff going on in Game of StarCraft, right? Chitinous Plating getting fired up here. Pneumatized Carapace coming in. Maybe some Ventral Sacks for drops later would be neat. Lings checking to see. Maybe we can wipe out some stuff? Maybe? And the answer is not really. There are enough Marines here to clear you guys out. Especially if you're chasing these Lings, or these SCVs. Good grief. You are Zerglings. Oh, I haven't seen a supply block yet for Soma, but the Overlord picking off has been pretty effective with his little Valkyrie Marine combination. Spider Mines getting added into the mix here, too. You know how much one factory producing vultures with Spider Mine upgrade is. Ooh, it's a second. It's a mech transition out of NoeL. Hold on, these barracks are flying away. Okay, it's the mech. This is a very dangerous position right here, right now, at 14 minutes. Can NoeL hold on and not take critical damage in this time when he's trying to transition into mech, trying to get his upgrades out, trying to get mech units out on the field? His dudes are not upgraded as good as they normally would be. The Marines aren't. They'd have 2-2 by now. But they're only at 1-1 because we are upgrading the mech. That was the plan. NoeL snuck it up on us. Loving that from him. Yeah, these vultures are... Oh, no, maybe get saved. Scan, kill. Apparently no scans available. Seriously? There are definitely scans available. Apparently we're blocked in by this supply depot. Yeah, this little U shape isn't exactly conducive to a lot of things. So we're spider mining the map. We've got barracks up in strategic positions to see movements of the Zerg. And what is the answer from Soma going to be? Well, looks like it's going to be Ling Ultra for now. We got Anabolic Synthesis coming in. There's the Ventral Sacs upgrade. Drops against mech are massively important. You cannot just run across the map at 37 siege tanks with anything and expect to live. Fully upgraded Ultras, not good enough. Right? Lings, don't make me laugh. Don't do that. So what you want to do is drop. You want to go ahead and drop on bases. You want to drop on top of siege tanks. You want to do something to where siege tanks do not get to see you from a mile away and start firing at you before you can see them. Definitely not. And if this map is split in half, a meching play out of NoeL is going to be a win, simply. Unless Soma pulls out some serious magic. In which, I mean, it's Soma we're talking about here. He's a magician. I like the one Muta. Maybe he was made to pick off the plagued science vessels, but I haven't seen any science vessels yet. There are 2 in production. We still want to have science vessels for detection, for D-Matrix, and for irradiates, right, against enemy defilers. Irradiating a defiler is always going to be a good move, even if you're meching, and maybe the defiler's not as big of a threat to you as it would be if you were going SK Terran, yeah? Right. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, look at this. Map split in half. I guess, yeah, I was going to say, NoeL hasn't taken this space yet, but he is. And Soma hasn't taken this space yet, but he also is. He just doesn't quite have the resources for it. So we are setting up for one heck of a slugfest here, aren't we? 12 o'clock. I don't know what's going on here, but everybody Terran died. We loaded up some Overlords with the Defiler and some Lings. Oh, yeah, we are ready for that Overlord to come over to this base, aren't we? Extra turrets being produced. Bunker getting loaded up. There are no fire bats. So, Lings showing up at your base with the Dark Swarm. Siege tanks showing up too. Okay, so yeah, this is probably a retreat position. There are siege tanks and Goliaths, and everything dies. Okay, that was a retreat position. Soma just didn't retreat. You know, again, there's a lot of stuff you're trying to keep track of at the same time in a game of StarCraft when you're playing somebody as good as NoeL, right? We got to get it into our heads that NoeL is a dangerous player. Again, Tengu's in the same boat. Rich is in the same boat. RJB is finding these up-and-coming players who are maybe not as experienced, not as accomplished, but still extremely dangerous if you run into one of them on the ladder. And if they show up in SSL too, you got to take them seriously as well. All right, it's a move out. It's a straight-up tank move out. Oh, boy. Good Dark Swarm on that Lurker. Vultures get around the backside, get some hits off on... I mean, come on. Oh, it is! Here we go! We're unloading the siege tanks! Yay! But it's only one Ultralisk got unloaded on the siege tanks. The Lings are like, we're not going down there. That's horrible. And it was. It was super bad. I love the one Mutalisk trying to go after these Vultures. Eventually, you'll get them, boss. You got this. You got 9 kills, or 9 attack on that Glaive Worm. Ooh, couple Ultras snuck across the entire map to stop construction on this 8th base of NoeL. 7th base of NoeL. I think he just canceled it. He just straight up canceled that base, and he's moving out. He wants to end this thing now. He wants to put a chokehold on Soma that Soma cannot get out of. A submission hold. If you like watching MMA, which I don't really, but I know some things about it. Anyway, Goliath, Siege Tanks, D-Matrix on the tanks. Prematurely, maybe. See that Ultralisk die before it gets within spitting distance of anything? That Goliath only died because the tanks fired on it. Because the Lings were in its face, and it was out in the front. Look at these Lings trying to set up a flank. Not even close, boys. 2 attack on these tanks already. 1 armor. Incredible stuff. The Ultralisks are at 2 attack, 5 armor. Further Carapace upgrades are incoming for them, but it doesn't really matter a lot when your siege tanks are hitting you for 80 damage per hit, right? Oh, congratulations. You have 6 armor? Not going to go well for you. I like this little world tour these 2 Ultralisks are on. La 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 la. Nobody's really trying to stop us at all, so let's just keep going and see how many bases we can take down. Scan. Yeah, lurkers are not the answer to mech. Never have been. Soma seems remarkably unconcerned by these ultras. He's killed a ton of his SCVs. He still has 61 though, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, lurkers, we're not going to be making any more lurkers, folks. Soma is firing up 8 Ultralisks at the same time, though, which is nice. This base looks like it's going to die. Soma implementing drops again, maybe for evac purposes here. Maybe for evac purposes here. Look at this tank die, or this Ultralisk die. Look at this tank die, too. God, he dematrixed it so fast. Okay, that's 4 ultras down in about the span of half a second. These lings explode. There's a blood fortress falling onto the ground. Hatch dies. Drones evac. Dude, mech is so hard to deal with as Zergs. I'm kind of expecting Soma to put up a better fight than this one, though. But instead, he's just counterattacking. He's not trying to drop on this. There aren't even that many Goliaths in this group. I feel like dropping on this would be good. Ooh, the high ground tank positioning in this position on this map. It is an legendary elemental position to put tanks. Fighting Spirit has the same thing going. So does Circuit Breakers. Like, you don't have to learn anything new for Radeon or where to put your tanks to defend this position, right? It's right here. That's it. You knew that when you saw the map. 196 to 171 supply. I was going to say, got to keep moving here, NoeL. If you're going to close this thing out, you need to start heading down and maybe wiping out the natural base, moving into the main. That'd be incredibly damaging. That would force NoeL to spend resources building new tech structures in the top left, maybe as a new home. Here comes the swarm. If Soma's got a chance to shut this out, it's now. Here come the boys. Lings Ultras, full armor on everybody, pouring down from the north. Siege tanks are split out. Shots everywhere. Tanks exploding left and right. But Ultras are going down as well. That one gets irradiated. He's going to die. Maybe take some of his Ling friends with him. But Soma does get the Terran off of his front step temporarily. Okay, all the Ultras are dead now. These Lings are not having a great time. Friendly Fire Tank Splash doing more work than anything else. 168 to 129 supply. And bring in more tanks in. Not even sieging them. Not even sieging them. Doesn't need to. Doesn't need to. +2 attack siege tanks against an Ultralisk when there are this many tanks? Come on. Yeah, man. NoeL managed to tech into mech, get through the dangerous part of the game, and then just murder 27 Ultras with his +2 siege tanks and completely put NoeL, or put Soma, in a tough spot. My brain wants to be like, NoeL's the one that's losing, right? Nope. No way. He looks amazing. And every time we see a game like this, GG, I get flooded with comments like, Falcon, why don't we see mech all the time from Terran? It's so good against Zerg. It's unstoppable. Well, it's not, right? Again, there's a vulnerable time when you're trying to transition into mech. Soma did not take advantage of that, and therefore he was in a lot of trouble at the end of the game. I mean, he didn't end up losing any bases really early, so I think maybe he got a little bit overconfident. He didn't lose his third base. He ended up losing this one, but only at like the 20-minute mark. This drop he shut down. Ooh, look how gross this animation is. Look at this frame of Ultralisks coming out of eggs. Disgusting. There's like goopy stuff all over him. It looks like spider webs, kind of. Blech. Zerg is gross. I love them. But yeah, by the time he recognized these tanks were here, it was too late. They were in the position they wanted to be. He couldn't delay them from getting across the map. He tried to shut it down by just coming across the map over the ground. What did I say about that? It doesn't really work all that well. Tried some drops, but more drops would be better. I think if he'd taken the time to load up his guys into Overlords and bring them down this way and drop them on this position, I think he ends with a lot more Ultralisks at the end of that fight than he did. And then maybe the reinforcing tanks aren't going to be enough to just kind of bully their way on in. But yeah, good stuff. I mean, this Ling Ultra thing over here didn't work. This drop didn't work. The best success Soma had on this side of the map was these 2 Ultras that paused construction on the 7th base and killed a bunch of SCVs here at the 4th base, which was nice and everything. Or maybe this is the 3rd. Either way. Yeah, it was nice. but it did not slow down our guy NoeL nearly enough. And the mech transition was flawless, well executed. Great split on his tanks, good D-Matrix on his tanks during the battles. What a match. That was awesome. Hats off. Hats off to NoeL there. 158,000 points, 180,000 points. Whew. Zerg outproduced 2-1, but got outkilled 4 to almost 1. I mean, that's the power of siege tanks, man. And it is an outspend, but only by about 2,000 resources in 23 minutes. Like I said, map split in half, mech on the other side, and a Zerg player is not a happy camper. Hasn't been, never will be. So, good grief. What a fantastic, fantastic TVZ that was. NoeL, up and coming, right? And that's going to be it for me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of what? StarCraft Brood War Remastered and a Patreon cast. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw and what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.